Do you often find yourself putting things off until the last minute? Do you struggle with getting started on tasks or projects, even when you know they're important? If so, you're not alone. Procrastination is a common habit that affects millions of people, but the good news is that it's a habit that can be overcome. In this video, we'll be sharing actionable tips on how to stop procrastination once and for all. We'll provide you with facts to back up each tip, so you know they're backed by science. Did you know that procrastination is associated with lower levels of activation in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and impulse control? This means that procrastination isn't just a bad habit, it's a neurological response. So, what can you do to stop procrastination? Here are 9 tips that have been proven to work. Tip number 1. Start with the hardest task first. The more challenging a task is, the more likely we are to procrastinate. That's why it's important to tackle the hardest task first thing in the morning, when your energy and motivation levels are highest. According to a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people who tackled the hardest task first experienced a greater sense of accomplishment and were less likely to procrastinate on future tasks. Tip number 2. Break tasks down into smaller pieces. Large tasks can be overwhelming, which is why it's important to break them down into smaller, more manageable pieces. This not only makes the task seem less daunting but also gives you a sense of progress as you tick off each small accomplishment. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that breaking tasks down into smaller pieces made them seem less intimidating, which increased the likelihood of getting started. Tip number 3. Set specific goals. Setting specific goals can help you stay focused and motivated. Instead of setting a vague goal like, lose weight, try setting a specific goal like, lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks. This gives you a clear target to work towards. According to a study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology, setting specific goals increased motivation and persistence. Tip number 4. Create a schedule. Creating a schedule helps you prioritize your tasks and ensures that you have time set aside for important activities. This can also help you avoid last-minute rushes to complete tasks. A study published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that creating a schedule improved productivity and reduced procrastination. Tip number 5. Use a timer. Using a timer can help you stay focused and work more efficiently. Set a timer for a specific amount of time and work on a task until the timer goes off. This can help you avoid distractions and stay on track. A study published in the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis found that using a timer increased productivity and reduced procrastination. Tip number 6. Reward yourself. One of the best ways to stay motivated and avoid procrastination is to reward yourself for a job well done. After you've completed a task or a series of smaller tasks, take a break and do something you enjoy. Whether it's watching a favorite show, going for a walk, or indulging in a sweet treat, the key is to reward yourself for your hard work. And research shows that this actually works. According to a study conducted by the American Psychological Association, people who used rewards were more likely to stick with a task than those who didn't use rewards. Tip number 7. Hold yourself accountable. When it comes to overcoming procrastination, accountability can be a powerful tool. One way to hold yourself accountable is to share your goals with someone else. When you tell someone else what you're working on and when you plan to complete it, you're more likely to follow through because you don't want to let that person down. Another way to hold yourself accountable is to use a timer. Set a timer for a specific amount of time and work on a task without any distractions. When the timer goes off, take a break and then set the timer again for another work session. This technique, known as the Pomodoro technique, has been shown to be highly effective in helping people stay focused and avoid procrastination. Tip number 8. Use positive self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves can have a big impact on our motivation and ability to get things done. If we're constantly telling ourselves that we're lazy or that we'll never be able to finish a task, we're more likely to give up before we even start. On the other hand, if we use positive self-talk, we can motivate ourselves to keep going and overcome procrastination. Instead of saying, "I'll never be able to do this," try saying, "I can do this, I just need to take it one step at a time." By using positive self-talk, we can build our confidence and keep ourselves motivated. Tip number 9. Remember why you started. Finally, when you find yourself struggling with procrastination, it can be helpful to take a step back and remember why you started in the first place. Think about the end goal and why it's important to you. By focusing on the bigger picture, you can stay motivated and avoid getting bogged down by the small details. So, there you have it, 9 tips to help you overcome procrastination and get things done. Remember, procrastination is something we all struggle with from time to time, but by using these tips and techniques, you can stay motivated and achieve your goals.